everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Nuzhat and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 15th of March 2022. Starting with very first question. What is the name of the new scheme launched as a consolidation of MSME Incubation, Design and IPR schemes? So Union Minister for MSME, Mr. Narayan Rane has launched the MSME Innovation Scheme, Incubation, Design and IPR as the combination of existing sub-schemes around incubation, design and intellectual property rights for MSMEs. Okay, so this will basically act as a hub for innovation activities that would facilitate development of ideas into viable business proposition which benefits society. Okay, so the minister has also launched MSME Idea Hackathon 2022. Fine. So here correct answer would be MSME Innovative Schemes. Fine. So as we have done earlier in the previous lecture, in the next slide you will see some of the questions regarding MSME Ministry for which MSME was in news. Okay. Let's come to the slide. Question number 1. What is the objective of Samarth initiative that has been launched by the MSME Ministry? So basic objective is to promote women entrepreneurship. Okay. So the main objective is to provide skill development and market development assistance to the women and to train more than 7,500 women candidates from rural and semi-urban areas in the financial year 2022 to 23. Okay. Now next question says, which state is the host of MSME Conclave 2022 organized by the MSME Ministry? Answer is Maharashtra. Next question. Artificial intelligence and machine learning has been introduced recently in which portal of MSME Ministry? So these two things have been included in the Champions portal of MSME Ministry. And what does Champions stands for? I'm writing it here. Creation and harmonious application of modern processes for increasing the output and national strength. Fine. So this is the full form of the acronym Champions. Fine. Next question. As per the consolidated guidelines released by the MSME Ministry, the MSMEs would be known by which name? So they would be known by the name Udyam. Okay? And what happens in Udyam? What are the features of Udyam? Basically, registration process is fully online, digital, paperless, and it is based on self-declaration. Okay? So no document or proof are required to be uploaded for registering as an MSME. So this is the basic feature of Udyam. Next question. Which city was the venue of Conference on Empowering Women Entrepreneurs organized by the MSME Ministry? Answer is New Delhi. Fine. Now one thing I've forgotten to tell you. What is the work of this Champions portal? Actually it is a kind of technology driven control room, or you can say management information system, which utilizes the modern ICT tools. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology tools, in which artificial intelligence and machine learning has also been introduced. Right? So these are some of the important questions why MSME Ministry was in news. Next question. Which product is Russia's biggest contribution to the global trade? So Russia's biggest contribution to the global trade is energy, especially you can say the crude petroleum, and the worth amount is $123 billion. Okay. Then it is followed by refined petroleum and then gas. Okay. So recently what happened is Russia has announced an export ban for more than 200 products after it was hit by sanctions over the invasion of Ukraine, and Russia still remains a key energy supplier to the European Union countries. Fine. Now let's see some of the important questions regarding Russia. First question is, which country passed a resolution to show support to Ukraine condemning Russian military aggression? I think this we have done in the previous lecture. Answer is USA. USA has condemned Russia for its military aggression and it has shown support to the country Ukraine. Next question, which city played host to the first ever India-Russia 2+2 dialogue? I have told you whenever you'll see the keyword first ever or last ever, it automatically becomes important. So answer is here, New Delhi. Next question, Russia is set to host, here it should be written as Russia has hosted the Moscow Format 2021 of consultations on which country? Answer is Afghanistan. Next question, which Russian city was the venue of India-Russia joint military training exercise named as Indra 2021? Answer is Volgograd. Volgograd is in Russia. Two things are important. First of all, do remember that Indra is the exercise between India and Russia, and where does it took place for the year 2021? In the city of Volgograd. Fine. Next question, after crossing the dash milestone for the very first time, India ties with Russia as the 4th largest forex reserve holder in the world. So in the month of October, I think we have crossed the $600 billion target, and hence we were at tie with Russia as the 4th largest forex reserve holder in the whole world. Fine. Next question, which institution is the custodian of the Puri Jagannath temple? So basically, Archaeological Survey of India is the custodian of the Puri Jagannath temple, and this temple is located in the state of Odisha. Why it is in news? Because recently ASI has written to the Odisha government warning it of the potential threats of the Puri Heritage Corridor project to the structural safety of the Puri Jagannath temple. Okay, and this project is undertaken at an estimated cost of 3,200 crore rupees. Fine. Now coming to the question part, we'll see some of the important questions regarding Odisha. First question is, IIM Sambalpur in Odisha has signed a memorandum of understanding with this e-commerce site to assist the weavers and artisans in selling their goods. So basically, IIM Sambalpur has signed an MOU with Flipkart to help the weavers and artisans in their state. Okay. Next question says, match the following. This is a question from your static GK part. Okay. So in these slides, we'll cover everything static plus current, both. Okay. So here 4 options have been given and you have to match with its correct pair. First is Brihadeshwar. It is basically a temple in the state of Tamil Nadu. So 1 goes with B. Second is Dilwara. Dilwara is a monument in Rajasthan. So 2nd goes with D. Third is Lingraj. Lingraj is a temple in Odisha. Third is with A. And last is Hampi group. Hampi lies in Karnataka. So 4th is with C. Okay. Next question. What is Pralay, which was test fired recently off the Odisha coast? So basically Pralay is a short range ballistic missile. Okay. You have to tell me which country has recently test fired a railway borne missile. Do let me know in the comments. Last question. The Odisha Forest Department proposed to fit radio collars on which animals to eliminate the animal-human conflict? Answer is elephant. Okay. Next question. The United States has officially designated which Gulf country as a major non-NATO ally? So US President Joe Biden issued a presidential declaration formally announcing the Qatar as a major non-NATO ally. So this move upgrades the partnership between the USA and the Qatar and also gives the Gulf country special economic and military privileges in its relationship with the US. So Qatar is the 3rd country in the Gulf region after Kuwait and Bahrain to become a US major non-NATO ally. Fine. Now let's see some of the important things regarding Qatar. First question says, which racing driver won the inaugural Qatar Grand Prix in 2021? Answer is Lewis Hamilton. Second is who won the first ever gold medal for Qatar in the Olympics? This is Fairs El Bak. The next is who won a gold medal for Qatar in the high jump event in 2020 Tokyo Olympics? Answer is Mutaz Essa Barshim. Okay. Next question says Bayern Munich, which won the finals of the FIFA Club World Cup in Qatar, is the football club of which country? So this is the football club of Germany. Fine. Next question. World Bank agreed to offer $125 million loan to support which Indian state to protect the vulnerable groups? So the government of India, the government of West Bengal and the World Bank signed a $125 million IBRD loan to support the efforts to protect poor and vulnerable groups in the state of West Bengal. So West Bengal runs over 400 programs that provide social assistance, care, services and jobs. And most of these services are offered through a platform called Jai Bangla. Okay. Now important questions regarding West Bengal. First is, which organization has formed an agreement with the West Bengal government to improve the state's MSME ecosystem? So do remember, SIDBI has done this, means SIDBI has signed an agreement with the government of West Bengal to improve the state's MSME ecosystem. And SIDBI stands for Small Industries Development Bank of India. Okay. Now next question. On January, West Bengal stood first in the production of what? So it stood first in the production of vegetables. Then how many Scotch Awards are won by the government of West Bengal for its schemes under the Ease of Doing Business initiative? So total it has won 4 Scotch Awards. Also one of the scheme from West Bengal state named as Sil Pasathi, which is the online single window portal, has won the Platinum Award. Okay. Next is who in the year 2019 was appointed as the new Home Secretary for the West Bengal? Since he was in news, that's why this question was important. And the answer is Alapan Bandyopadhyay. Okay. Next question. The Snehar Parash scheme launched by West Bengal government is to dash. So what is the main objective of this particular scheme? Answer is to provide support for the stranded. What does it mean? Means financial help is to be provided to the migrant workers basically who are stranded elsewhere due to COVID-19 pandemic. Now next question is homework for you. The Matir Spristi scheme was launched by West Bengal government on. So you have to tell this, and also don't forget to tell me what is the main motive or main aim of this particular scheme. Okay. Last question is West Bengal Municipal Act was introduced in dash. So it was introduced in 1993. Fine. Next question. Yoon Suk Yeol is the new president of which particular country? So a conservative former prosecutor Yoon Suk Yeol is set to become the South Korea's next president after his win in the country's presidential election. And this election had a high turnout with around 77% of the eligible population casting their votes. So the results were also the closest in the country's democratic history, with a vote count had a slim difference of less than just 1%. Fine. Now let's see some of the important recent appointments. First question is, who has been appointed as the chairman of the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India? So the new chairman of this particular organization is Mr. Debashish Panda. Okay. Then second question says, who has been appointed as the chairman of the National Financial Reporting Authority? Answer is Mr. Ajay Bhushan Pandey. Next question, who has been appointed as the chairperson of the High Powered Committee on Char Dham project? Answer is A.K. Sikri. Next, who has been appointed as the chairperson of Telecom Dispute Settlement and Appellate Tribunal, that is TDSAT? Answer is Justice D.N. Patel. Fine. Next is, who among the following was appointed as the first Viceroy of British India? So this is your static question. Who was our first Viceroy for the British India? Lord Canning. Okay. And last question says, who has been appointed as the Hindustan Unilever Limited non-executive chairman? It is Mr. Nitin Paranjpe. Okay. Next question. Which division commissioned the first Gati Shakti Cargo terminal of Indian Railways? So the Asansol division of Indian Railways has successfully commissioned a private siding of Maithan Power Limited at Thapar Nagar, and it is the first Gati Shakti Cargo terminal of Indian Railways. So this GCT policy was published in December 2021, and the Maithan Power project began construction in 2009 and power generation began in 2011. So until now, coal was delivered to the power plant through a road. Fine. Now let's come to the slide. A solar photovoltaic power plant for the Indian Railways, which directly feeds power to traction, has been developed in which place? So this has been developed in Bina. Bina is a city in Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Next, as of 2022, which is the longest tunnel of Indian Railways? Again, static GK. Answer is Pir Panjal Tunnel. Fine. Next is, which network of the Indian Railways launched first QR code based payment? Very important question. And the answer would be Southern Network. Next question. Which network of the Indian Railways has achieved a milestone of loading the 100th Textile Express? So this has been done by the Western Railway. Next question. What is the objective of Kavach technology announced for Indian Railways? So this technology has been developed for anti-collision. So this is basically India's own automatic protection system under the name TCAS, matlab Train Collision Avoidance System. Fine. And last question says, on February 2020, Indian Railways launched its first restaurant on wheels at where? Answer is again Asansol. Question number 8. International Day of Women Judges was first celebrated in which year? So during April 2021, the United Nations General Assembly resolved to proclaim 10th of March every year as the International Day of Women Judges, and this resolution was moved by Qatar in the United Nations General Assembly. Okay. So Supreme Court of India has celebrated the first ever International Day of Women Judges with Chief Justice of India N.V. Raman and 4 women Supreme Court judges, and they interacted with all women judges of the high courts and women judicial officers. Okay, so this is the very first time when we are celebrating this particular day. Now let's see some of the important days. First question is, no smoking day is observed in which month every year? So this is celebrated in the month of March. Can you tell me exact day in the month of March? Next question, every year on what date is World NGO Day observed in several of countries around the world? So this is observed on 27th of February. On which day is Central Excise Day 2022 observed? This day is basically observed to highlight the importance of excise officers and to prevent them from corruption. Answer is 24th February. Next is, on which day National Productivity Day is observed in India? Answer is February 12. When is the World Civil Defense Day observed every year? 1st of March. When is the World NGO Day observed across the world? Repeated question. Answer is 27th of February. When is the Central Excise Day? I think this is completely repeated. Observed every year. Answer would be again 24th. And last is, when is the International Mother Language Day observed across the world? It is observed on 21st of February. Okay. You have to tell me, when do we observe Cancer Day and what was the theme for this year? Question number 9. Which Indian state announced 4 IT corridors as a part of its annual budget? So the Kerala budget presented by Finance Minister K.N. Balagopal included the infrastructure development of the IT sector. So the minister announced that 4 IT corridors will be made parallel to the existing NH66 as a part of decentralizing the IT sector in the state. And also he announced a new IT park to be constructed at Kannur. Not only this, an IT facility covering an area of 5 lakh square feet will also be set up in Kollam. Okay. Can you tell me why Kollam was in news last month? We have talked about it many times. Do let me know in the comments. Now let's see some of the important things regarding Kerala. Kerala Startup Mission has partnered with this organization to provide local startups with access to the global startup community. This tech giant is Google. Next is, which High Court recently struck down the state's ban on online gambling after Kerala and Tamil Nadu? Answer is Karnataka. Kerala Startup Mission, in association with which organization, has hosted the Technopreneurship Series in Kerala? So this has been done in association with Cisco Launchpad. Next is, Mulla Periyar Dam, located in Kerala, is in control of which state? Answer is Tamil Nadu. Fine. Now coming to last question, which Indian state presented child budget as a part of the annual state budget? So Madhya Pradesh presented a 2.79 lakh crore rupees budget for 2022 to 23 in the assembly, and for the first time the state government presented a child budget as part of the annual financial plan. So this budget allocated 57,800 crore rupees for 220 schemes under 17 departments, including education, targeted children who are aged under 18. Fine. Now important things regarding Madhya Pradesh. India signed an agreement with which institution for energy reform program in Madhya Pradesh? So this we have signed with KfW, Germany. Can you tell me who is the new president of Germany? Next question, which river that flows in Bihar emerges in plateau region of Madhya Pradesh? Again static GK. This river is Pulpun. Okay. Which financial institution has signed $270 million loan to strengthen the urban local bodies in Madhya Pradesh? This is Asian Development Bank. Headquarters lies in Manila, Philippines. And last question is, which of the following statements are correct regarding Achanak Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve? So two statements have been given and we have to identify which of the following are correct. First says, it extends across the states of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Yes, this is completely right. And second says, it is a part of UNESCO Man and Biosphere Program. Yes, this is also right. Correct answer would be both. Fine. Now, Madhya Pradesh was also in news because of its cow tax plan that has been announced by Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Now, let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide, you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat signing off.